Okay, so the Dell Latitude D610 is all fixed now, like nothing ever happened. You're probably wondering, what the hell do I mean by that? What did I do? Well, I'll tell you. That's the chair. The Dell Latitude D610 is a huge pain in the ass. It's a nice computer, but it's a pain in the ass when you have to change the RAM. The difference between the Dell Latitude D610 and the D600 is the RAM module is only one on the bottom and one underneath the keyboard, so that doubles the work and effort. So obviously I said that I'm going to be installing new RAM. Well, it turns out these RAM sticks don't even work that well in this machine. The machine locks up after it loads Windows, and they're both 512 megabyte sticks, and they're made by Samsung. These sticks don't work apparently, and they're brand new. I'm gonna try it out in my D600, or probably not, I don't know. But anyway, I took the old stick out from the bottom, installed one of these in there. Then I took the dashboard off, took the two screws out, one here and one there. And this is where I kill myself. I looked on the bottom of the computer to see if there's any labels that said K, which means for keyboard. Couldn't find any screws. The only screws that holds this keyboard in place on this laptop and that laptop are the two up here in those two areas. So after taking those two screws out, I used my flathead screwdriver, which is right here. Oh, that's not flathead, damn it. Okay. I used this very screwdriver. I put it down in this area, started to pry, like just to slide it out. Because in order to get these keyboards out, you actually have to put a screwdriver down, slide it that way. Like there's enough room in the corner to just slide it out. This side worked. This side apparently, this is where disaster happened. I have my screwdriver down here in that little hole and start to pry forward. The keyboard started moving, but that's when my screwdriver slipped and I basically jabbed it into this key. The down arrow key was completely cracked, and these buttons right here were basically broken. This piece here broke off. The metal frame, which is right here, you can clearly see is bent. So that's what happened. I broke the button, I broke the key, and I also broke the metal frame that allows both of them to be clicked in place. And this isn't my laptop to begin with, but the teacher I'm working for asked, oh, okay, well, let's just put the RAM sticks in and see if they work. Sure enough, that's what I did. And, well, really, I thought that the layout of this laptop is the same as that one. And I've done this before, like I've installed RAM underneath the keyboard before, but this one was too tricky. So after realizing what I have done, I sat there for a few minutes and realized, okay, I gotta do something, because this laptop is going back to the school tomorrow. So barely enough time. So what I did was I took the keyboard off of my Dell Latitude D610 and put it on here. So this keyboard here is from that laptop, and that keyboard here is from this laptop. There are many differences between these keyboards. I'll explain. Here, I'll get the lamp down. Shut the screen. You'll notice that in here you can see a piece of metal chewed off. A little bit of metal hanging there. You can easily see that there's metal hanging here. Those are the little, what are they called? They are the, basically what these things are. It allows it to keep the bottom portion of the keyboard in place. They basically slide into a slot, and that's what keeps the bottom half in place, so you don't need screws. Well, I had to cut this slot piece off, and that piece off, and that piece off. So I had to cut 3 pieces off to make this keyboard fit. Right in the middle here, where that silver spot is right here, this is where a slot is supposed to be. But Dell decided to move it over here for the D610. So in order to get this keyboard to fit, I had to cut the 3 slots off. Now it looks even more messed up. What a pain in the ass. For this keyboard, all I had to do was I had to cut the middle slot off of this one, of the down arrow key, and now it sits in place. There's nothing holding this portion of the keyboard down, basically relying on gravity to do it. So yeah, that was the modifications. Another difference between these keyboards is the F1 key on the D610's keyboard doesn't have a hibernation label. This keyboard is from the D610, and there's the hibernation label. So really, I don't think anyone will use the hibernation button anyway, so. And here's where it gets more interesting. Oh, I'm gonna remove this shit. I'm still gonna do the starter contest, there's no doubt. Oh, before I begin, something broke on my Dell Latitude D610. And this is where I think it's not even worth fixing. Does everyone remember how the right screen hinge broke on this side? Guess what happened? The left screen hinge finally broke. There it is. It is busted. Basically, when I closed the laptop lid, the screen hinge that's on here, I don't know how it did it, but it separated the aluminum alloy piece from the other half. You can see where it's broken off. So, what's holding this laptop lid on? Gravity. What a piece of shit now. I actually need something to pry it up. Oh. I might save the screen. The laptop, I think I'll just dock it on something. Or on the docking station. I'm not gonna dump my money into this thing. I'm not even gonna try. Now, shit. Okay, I gotta think of something here. You see this keyboard, how it has this metal ridge and these big ridges here? This is a perfect example. Those giant ridges right here and here are preventing me from putting this piece back on. So I can't reattach this because those are in the way. And plus, this extra ridge going all the way along is making it impossible for this piece to go on as well. So in order to fix that, I'll have to take the keyboard out and have to chop off the screw hole area on that side and this side. And I'll have to cut this extra piece of the keyboard off, and then I'll be able to put this on. But I don't think it will matter. The keyboard's pretty much fucked up anyway. It looks ugly. It looks crooked the way it is. The slots aren't even in the holes. So, really, this computer is just gonna stay docked. I don't care. I'll just probably take the screen off and use it on a different laptop, just in case if the screen breaks on this one. I'll just donate this one to the school. I've already checked, and this screen will not fit the C640. It's too big. I am pissed off beyond belief. I had to give up my perfectly working order keyboard after breaking the other one. I told the teacher what I did because I'm responsible, and really, if I had known that this would be tough, I probably wouldn't have done it, but I did. And I had to sacrifice my keyboard. Dell, why do you just change the layout of your keyboards? Like, why can't you just leave it the way they are? Like, what is so different about the D610 and D600? You know, like, you can change the specs and stuff, but you don't need to change the keyboard just to make it a big pain in the ass. So, let's do the startup contest. I'm getting too pissed off right now. D600 is really falling behind. Oh, mine's in the lead right now. What's the point? This one's gonna lose anyway. Heck, this computer only has 512 megs of RAM, and this one I found more RAM sticks and I upgraded it to a gig. These Samsung sticks don't even work. So I don't know why this one is slower than that one. This one's newer. And yeah. So that was the startup contest. Thanks for watching, everyone.